Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Muck on the Markets. It's me, Bob Lehman, and the star of the show, the infamous Muck. Muck, you were a little ornery. Needed to start early today. Guess you need to shower.
Yeah, I'm just honored this week. You know, I thought the Blackhawks game was yesterday, so I got all prepared, and apparently today I messed up my whole thing. Um,
How did you mess up your whole thing?
I got I guess sometimes we lose a day once in a while, and I thought today was Wednesday. I thought yesterday was Wednesday, and you know shit
Well,
happens.
I mean, I'll give you a little bailout. I was a little confused yesterday, too. I thought the game was last night, but I found out shortly after market close that I had the night free. So tonight, I've got the wife and the youngest going out to a concert at the Ryman Auditorium, and I will be able to watch my Blackhawks and scream at the TV in peace. So looking
That's all.
forward to it.
That's the best. The screen at the TV alone is the best. Everybody else just messes it up. Um, yeah. What I want to cover today. Uh, I guess I guess my biggest. I don't really have a problem with this market. I don't. I mean, I think it's kind of overinflated. I just have a problem with not many people claiming their mistakes. Yeah, I mean, I kind of made a mistake on WWE, got a little bit hurt, but I wasn't looking to make that a trade. It's not on that, since it's all, I get it. All of our losses until we actually take them are all, non-realized wins and losses. But people need to start looking at things differently. I feel. I think a lot more people need to own up to not being the best in the world, and let's start. I don't like this everybody wins kind of thing, because obviously this market's showing that a lot of us are not winning.
That's for sure. Well, I happen to be one of those candidates. I told you in the pre-show I did take a piece of my overstock short, really, 40 cents from here. It got down as low as 15.30. It's now kicking up at 15.74. Should have taken more of it, I guess. But that's very thinly traded. The other short that I entered today, I am taking a fucking bath on, which is TJX, TJ Maxx. And I shorted it at, two places. I shorted it just at 56.01, and then I shorted another piece at 56.20. And, my first piece looked really good. It dropped 30 cents right after I shorted it, and then it's just popped. It's popped to new highs. Right now it's trading at 56.63. I'm taking a bath. I'm gonna wear this one. I'm gonna wear this one a little bit here. Hopefully, 57 is my stop loss at this point. But I mean, I'm getting killed here. It's jumped 4% since I shorted it.
Yeah, and I guess that's my problem with this market is, I've been looking at the charts on a lot of stuff, and when I'm like, oh wow, this looks like to be an upside breakout, it instantly fails. And when I'm like, maybe I want to look at this as a short, it just seems like this market wants to do the opposite of what you really want it to do. And I think that's more because of people don't really understand what's going on in the stuff. I think it all comes back to I think Russia needs to become the big bad super evil villain again, and we need something to kick off. We could use a little,
Well,
I mean, if they want to.
on that front, actually, Putin today endorsed the elections, which are scheduled for the 25th. Now, exactly what's going to happen in eastern Ukraine, they're talking about really not voting. It's an interesting change of pace from Mr. Putin, but who knows? He's playing a whole different game. So I'm not going to worry about that. I think that is up in the air for the time being. There's a whole lot of political turmoil. I mean, the one thing I will say about this rally is, just like the rally 2 days ago, the volume is anemic, isn't it?
I mean, you're seeing volume? That's my question. Like, I'm seeing utter crap. To be polite about it. Uh, I Yeah, I mean, I don't mind them. I don't mind them. You know, if we're gonna have a no volume stocks just move because we want to environment, I'm all fine by that. Just, I mean, I guess I'm at the point now where tell me the rules I'm gonna play by, and I'll play by those rules. Um, it's it seems every day there's something. There's something new. People want to talk about other stuff. I don't know. I don't get it.
No, it's a very odd market right now. I mean, I think if nothing else, this is certainly allowing PMs to rotate their positions out of stocks that they don't like. And every indication, every article that I've read, analyzing portfolios and whether on the record or off the record, indicates that they are in a more neutral position here. And so I don't know. Is it retail buying this crap? I don't get it. As TJX hits new highs, I'm about to puke this thing. It hurts when I sit. Anyway, let's get on to a couple of your issues. A couple stocks that you've been looking at. 3M's having a good day, isn't it?
Yeah, 3M is trying to get back up to to its all-time highs. It sold off a little bit. I still think it has room to go. Probably looking at I'm thinking it can get to, if it gets to 175, I'll start dumping a big position of 3M. Not looking to really buy anything right now. Like I said, I'm still sitting, in a good cash position. Nothing's really tickled my fancy. I mean, something will tickle my fancy, and I'll start looking into it, and then all of a sudden, poof, it's gone. It's either rallied up super high and I don't want to buy it anymore, or are the shorts really come in and now I don't want to get shorted lower than this. So that's kind of, I think a lot of people are like that. I think it's really become a stock picker's market, and you need to be right now. You need to be right, and if you're not right, you're gonna get walloped.
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of swing traders, and when I say swing trade, I mean not amateurs, like amateur hacks like me, but professionals who, in one case, a guy that I have a great deal of respect for, who has been long throughout this whole bull market, is basically flat right now. He isn't. He's watching. He'll do a trade or two, intraday, and if it goes his way, he rides it, and if it doesn't, he's out. So I don't know. I certainly don't have a whole lot of conviction. I have not been trading a lot. I mean, I've traded. Well, today I did a few trades, but I think those are my first trades of the week.
Yeah, I like that strategy. If it starts to work with you, you gotta let it ride. But I mean, it's so choppy out there that I'm not even really swing trading that much anymore. I just I mean, if I can find something that gets beat down for no reason, I'll look to buy it. But things are moving so fast nowadays that it's like you get a sell-off for one day, and if you can get time to research it and try to buy, it's instantly back up the next day, and it just ping-pongs around. And I feel like that's just going to kill you, especially because you're just going to get you're going to get ping-ponged around, and it's not going to be the best effort.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree. I find that there's a lot of questions about the market and not many answers. And I guess the Fed is our friend at this point, although the taper continues and is going to continue. They keep talking about raising rates, but anybody that has watched the news reports of these Bernanke dinners, basically he came out and said, or was quoted as saying, that he doesn't see the Fed really raising rates in the balance of his lifetime. And what is he, about 60 years old? So at least 25 years. Is that possible? I don't know.
I mean, when it comes down to Fed rates, I wish we could start a Twitter thing about Ask Left Hash. He knows. I know your next guest, too, your flipper, has some good insight on the rates. A zero, like a ZERP environment for 25 years. I mean, awesome. I'll go out and borrow $1 billion right now. I mean, if yeah, I guess. I'm not against it. I don't think anybody will ever beat the high-end numbers. I don't think any company will ever beat high-end. They'll all beat their low-end because they're all just going to buy back they're gonna float bonds and buy back their stock and give dividends and stuff like that because there's no interest rate to go against.
Right.
I think that's going to kill all high-end growth. Because what's the point? What's the point to try to beat on the high and the low when you know you can beat on the low for sure? Because you can buy back a crap ton of your stock because you don't have to worry about any kind of borrowing costs.
Yeah, just to get on I'll make a quick side point. The U.S. tax code is just a freaking disaster, and that's coming from a now retired tax attorney. It is an absolute disaster. It needs to be reformed, seriously simplified, made easier. The corporate tax is an absolute mess. That's why you have Pfizer bidding for AstraZeneca. It's bullshit. It is bullshit. You got to stop this insanity. But the idiots in Washington can't get out of their own freaking way. Anyway, let's talk about a couple quick here. Along those lines, I saw KKR is floating a bond issue. Apparently, I don't know what they're going to buy because they can't seem to buy anything that's cheap. They're out of the LBO business. Who knows what they're going to do now? But they're going to borrow because it's so damn cheap. And if somebody's willing to lend to you, more power to you.
I honestly might look at that KKR bond deal and see what kind of yields and what's being put up. I wouldn't mind being a debt holder of that company. I like that company. I think they do very good due diligence for leverage buyouts. But that being said, you're right. Everything is so freaking high now that there's nothing really to leverage buyout. That's essentially what it is. There's nothing. Everything is either. I don't think there's anything glaringly undervalued. I don't know what. The only things that are undervalued are companies that you wouldn't want to buy anyways because they're so done with.
I think that's right. I think just to let people that are watching know, there was an interesting profile done of George Roberts and Henry Kravis in this week's Barron's that is certainly worth a read. In that, just a quick synopsis, they think that the market is fairly valued at this point. They do kind of give a hat tip to the fact that there aren't really great values out there for private equity companies. So it's interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on it. But let's finish up with a couple other issues that we've talked about before. One is Rite Aid RAD. What's that doing to us?
I'm so liking them. Rite Aid is looking like it's trying to get back to that 8 handle again. Like I said, we're long Rite Aid from about around $7, $7.03, somewhere around there. So we're in the money now. I'd like to see it capture and hold that 8 handle, and then kind of reevaluate it, see where it goes from there. I think I like CAT. Once again, if CAT can get sold down to where it's below $100, I think, if CAT hits that $95 range, $90 range, I think that's a good buy because it's going to probably go back to 100, maybe 105, make some good profit up there. I still think the cigarette companies are a good, safe yield place to put some money in. You're making good money. We recommended Motorola or MO when it was what, about like 35, 30-ish,
35, 75, I think. That's where I get in.
and now it's about 40. So I mean, you just look and you let the stocks come in and go from there. That's what I think. That's what I think you need to do now. You need to let things sell off, and you need to let them come in, and then go from there. And that's what we kind of do. You got to look for your safe plays, and just kind of play a range. Hopefully, you don't get burned.
That sounds fair to me. No, well, I told you what my range was on this TJX, my short, which is just killing me right now. But anyway, there was one other item that we've discussed in the past. Hadn't really done much, kind of just sitting around the same level. I think it was down a little bit. WWE, any thoughts?
WDBE is just sitting there right now. It's down 8 cents. It seems to be consolidating. That's what it looks like to me. Still long it. Still, so that's what.
And they've got adequate cash flow to support that dividend. Isn't that correct, Muck?
Yes, they do.
What percentage rate is the dividend at right now, roughly? I'm not gonna hold you to it.
I'll bring it up right now.
That's fine. And we're getting ready to wrap up here as Muck gets that final piece of information. I do want to alert people that I am going to have a second piece in an hour from now at approximately 4:30 Eastern Daylight Time with Two-Year Flipper, who's going to discuss what's going on in the bond markets and in particular the roll. So I know we had a decent crowd last time. Hope everybody can join us for that. And if you cannot join us, please don't forget these end up getting posted both to this site and to YouTube, the BTFB TV channel. So look at it. What do you see, Muck?
We've got a nice little 4.3% dividend yield on WWE now. So not one of the, definitely not, definitely better than you can get on bonds. So
better than you get in bonds, and certainly better than you get in your passbook savings account.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to seeing it's a Two-Year Flipper back on. I love the guy. I think he's great. I think he has great ideas about that role. So hope you guys have a good show.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Muck. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Look forward to seeing you guys on Friday, same time, same bat channel. Guys, be well, be safe, and please join me about 4:30 Eastern Time for Two-Year Flipper. Bye now.